What is going on, Dominator? Dave Dominator here, up and early for a early XFL video. The XFL just announced yesterday that they were going to release logos, secondary logos, or teased it yesterday. Uh, just a warning, if you're wondering why I kind of talk funny or I look a little weird, it's because I just got 2 wisdom teeth pulled last Thursday. They're still healing. I bit the hell out of my lip when I did that because my face was numb and I didn't know when he told me to bite. So I'm kind of just all puffed out. I have blisters in my mouth. I am just destroyed right now. So if I just look like I'm struggling, it's because I am. But here we are. The XFL. I think they're gonna have to work on their secrets because most of their secrets got called out. Besides their uniforms. Every logo, by the way, that is in here today, except for one. I literally think every logo in this video you saw in about a few weeks ago. I posted a video of secondary logos. I think it was right after the main logos got leaked, um, or were announced, and I made a video of breaking down what every logo would look like. Now, it looks like there's about 1, 2, 3 teams, 4 teams. Okay, timeout. A few teams, and it looks like only 1, 2, 3, 4 teams have 3 alternate logos. So they have their normal logo, an alternate, and another alternate. Now it looks like um, to me it looks like the 3 that have them three of them have like lettering in them. So let me try to find this video real quick of when I posted it. It's in my XFL collection. But I posted right about 3 months ago. It said secondary logos. And when you look at that video, geez, every single logo that's in there is in here. So I made this video before many other people did. Just saying. And here we go. Let's start with Arlington. Arlington will go back to their original logo. They will go back to the OG cowboy, baby. And I think that's good. I think it's cool. Keeping the Renegades. I really do wish this was just their normal logo. Things will change. Many teams in the world have adopted their secondary logo because it is better. So I wouldn't be shocked if this is a case that in a few years, or maybe even after the season, the Renegades go to this full time. Um, oh goodness. um, let's start with DC. DC's unique. So now, when I made the video, I believe the main logo, which is this one, was the one that I showed you. Yes, it was. This was the main one. On the internet, though, this one was floating around. This DC, kind of like emblem, and it was going around. Here, I just gotta make sure audio's not. It was going around, and I like it that they're bringing back the shield. Once again, I wish this was kind of their main logo, but their main logo isn't too bad. That I don't actually mind this, but I do wish that they kept it. Uh, shield looks great. I do like this little emblem. I think it's cool. I think it's good. Another logo they could add in. And it's really because, to me, I feel like if you really wanted to, you could fit all 3 of these logos on a jersey and on a uniform. Um, if you wanted to make your jerseys unique and different, you could probably make it work. But like, you could obviously have this, the main logo that's you're seeing right here, as like the centerpiece, or even just one of the patches on the sides, and then the long part on the other one. This is just in future tense, obviously, that this is already a done deal with uniforms, but this is a pretty good looking t-shirt too. And I like what the Defenders did. Bringing back an old classic logo, or making a new version of it. It looks really sweet. Houston, I like Houston's. I like this little gauge here. Um, I really just, when I saw this logo in the last the render, I guess you could say. I thought it was pretty dope. I was like, okay, it's interesting. Um, and I think that the XFL really did show their colors with this one, and I think that this one works. Now, obviously, this team does not have another logo, kind of like how DC just had one. Um, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Um, and I'm just really ready to see this one because this one's really cool. I like this one almost better than their normal one, but this one's still good. But this one just, I don't know what, it just looks so clean. I just really like that one. So, San Antonio, I like. Now, this logo was one of those that were floating around that could possibly be. This little second one with the B in the horn is the one that we saw. Now, if you kind of look at this, this is another version of the DC one where one of their secondary logos is basically just the A and the S, representing San Antonio. Obviously, because their main logo is just the bull, and then this one is just the B and the horn. So I really like this. I like this one more than this just because I like the idea they had with this. Uh, I just it felt like this was just plain and simple, so it looks better. But either way, both of them look very good. Now we're getting into territory that is a little interesting for me. St. Louis, or Jesus, uh, Seattle, having this unique little like I don't even know what you would call this, but I think here's my issue. It just is too much like the Brahmas, and now the Brahmas in Seattle kind of have a mixture. That's probably my only problem so far that I've seen with these. Most of these, by the way, are besides from the video I made 3 weeks ago or 3 months ago. This is my first time seeing some of these. I haven't seen Vegas's yet, and I've seen a glimpse of it because it's the only team I think that hasn't posted on their social media about this. And I think there was a confusion. I think a lot of teams were confused about when they were releasing them because I thought they were going to release them later today. That was not the case. Uh, no secondary logo. I mean, like, you could kind of say yes, or no third logo. The dragon's just cut in half. Kind of interesting that why they would do that, but I it's business, I guess. I don't know. Um, I am on the shop page, by the way, if you guys are interested. Now, St. Louis. Now, this was interesting. So when I made the video, I think that this right here, the words were definitely the focal point. Because I remember I was like, I would rather them see, or I would rather see something different, something new, and not this piece of crap. Now, I like the words, I like the lettering, but I do think that they should have had more. I think that they should have had something different. And that's when this little logo on the bottom pops in. And here's a better picture of it, since you really can't see that one. But I like this. It's unique. It's different. You know what it kind of reminds me of? If you have ever played Madden and you've ever moved a team and you got like the snowbirds or whatever, this is what it looks like. And in the video, like I said about the secondary logos, it was really only this one. There was no talks about this one, but this was a concept art that was leaked on the internet that I remember seeing. So, W shirt, I think St. Louis. I do think that the bird should have taken the focal point, but it is what it is. Um, Now, Vegas. Interesting. So we knew that when a video of this shit got leaked, a lot of people were interested in saying, okay, well, what's next? What's Vegas is gonna look like? Vegas is gonna look interesting, and it definitely is something. So you see the LV. That was the secondary logo I got, and I predicted obviously because I was like, obviously the LV is gonna be for Vegas, and it is. And I really do like this LV because it does remind me a lot of the old original XFL team in Vegas, the Outlaws. It really does, and I think that's kind of a nice callback. This is a little interesting to me. I'm gonna need a little more in depth about this, obviously, because this doesn't scream Sin City. It doesn't scream too much to me because I'm confused about what half of this looks like. But I mean, like, I know when a lot of people saw this, they were like, "This must be for Vegas," even though it's a New Orleans logo-ish, and they're not wrong. It is a very New Orleans type theme. Either way, though, I like it. It looks really nice. I think it's gonna grow on a lot of people, but I definitely like the LV. Just better. It's clean. It looks clean, and I'm definitely gonna like that way more than the rest. Now, quite possibly the most the worst one in my opinion, even though I really like it too. It's just this G. The G for the Guardians. Not much for them. It's just the G, and I mean like. But and then you can see like some of the comments too. It's like some people see already people not happy about this, you know. And I mean like they only could have done two things here. Now if you remember the Guardians in 2020 XFL, the logo was pretty much similar to the one they have now. It's just different, tuned up, and honestly I think it looks better. But they had two secondary logos, maybe three, but they literally had this similar G with just an N on top of it for New York Guardians, and they also had where you saw the front of the Guardian, and they had that right here on the chest piece, on the corner piece, or whatever you want to call this. So honestly, I don't think it's that bad. I don't think any of these are that bad. I really think that they did a really good job, in my opinion. Now, yes, I understand they could have done a little bit more, and I 100% agree. I think that they really, geez, my nose. I think they really did kind of screw up a little bit here because think about what they could have done compared to what they did do. Now, I think if you look at every single one of them, which I'm about to do right now, I think that I think I think Arlington automatically gets a good rating. Same with DC. DC has two now, two logos. Houston's looks great. The Brahmas, I think, are the only other team that has probably the worst secondary logos. And now I think, like I said, I think it's just because they look too much like the Dragons logo. Like, how did they not see that when they were making this? Like, every team looks different. And when I'm looking at it right now, every team looks different. Like, even with the Las Vegas, it's a different tone than what it is with everyone else's. And I just really don't see any reason why they went kind of lazy on the Guardians. And what's even funny about this is that when you look at the Guardians logo, it is so plain. Like, look at this. Compared to when they're all together, look at all these. They have outlines. They have outlines beyond outlines. This one, no. This one has three different colors in it. And look at just a plain G. Like, what? So, I mean, it is what it is, and, you can't do anything about it. I do think Guardians kind of got screwed here with that, and, you know, who knows? Maybe they'll change it. You never know. I think that's the good thing about you being a fan of a team, that you better just hope that this league, everything goes good and goes to plan, because maybe you'll be seeing your team get a new logo. You never know. So that's going to be it for me, guys. I know this video was 14 minutes. I didn't want it to be 14 minutes, but it is 14 minutes, and I had a great time and a fun time. This is the last video I am going to make before the season, so stay tuned, because I have a book here that I want to explain to you. There are going to be two videos this season about the XFL right now, unless I think of a new plan. Currently, I have two video ideas, and that is going to be the Power Rank and the XFL weekly breakdowns. During the Power Rank videos, you will get obviously power rankings of what I think every team should be in, and we will also review the games and see what certain teams could have gotten better, what certain teams could have done to get better, what they need to do to get better, how they fell, what's their problem with the team. Is it their quarterback? Is it their running back? Is it their O line? We'll talk about that. And then the second video is XFL weekly breakdowns. So those will be film breakdowns, and depending, I don't know which video this will go with, but it's going to be stars of the game slash week. So those right now are going to be in the weekly breakdown videos. I have not fully decided. This was just a concept that I've been throwing around today or last night when I made this. So um, we will go into very, very in-depth film breakdowns on my Twitch as well. So you'll only get to see limited amount of film, more likely, and if you follow the Twitch, you guys will be able to get extended. I also have thought about streaming on Twitch just um, to make these film breakdowns and then post the whole video to YouTube, but I probably won't do that. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me. You guys now know what to expect with the season. I expect no more news from the season. We're a week out, so secondary logos are out, and here we go, guys. We are here. We are ready to go. XFL, baby, here we go. I'm excited, man. I am super excited. The XFL is coming in hot. I will see you guys. I have not decided if I wanted to make a live stream about the first game. If I do, that will either I will debate on whether that will be on YouTube or Twitch. But like I said, you guys should follow everything down below to make sure, because I'll probably tweet and figure it out, and put on notifications, because that's how you know I'm live, and that's how I'm starting. That's gonna be it for me, Dominators. If you're a Brahmas fan, St. Louis fan, if you're a Guardians fan, if you're a Vegas fan, if you're a Defenders fan, if you're an Arlington fan, if you're a San Antonio fan, I don't remember if I said Seattle. If you're any one of those, please, please, please let me know how you guys are ready for the season. And I'm just excited to hear you guys' opinion, and stick with me through the season. And hopefully we can keep building this brand and building this community. Dominate the world, expand the brand, follow everything, and have a good day, lovely people. Dominate the world, because David Dominator is out. Peace.